Okay, cool. It works now. All right, awesome. Okay, mic works now. I'm here. You guys hear me, right? All right, cool. That was dumb. I think YouTube glitched. I really don't know why it wasn't working, but oh. All right. Yeah. So last live stream was a fail. I'm gonna leave it up because y'all got me actually 39 minutes towards watch hours in that short stream. So I appreciate you guys. I don't know how that accounted to 39 minutes, but all you guys in there added up. Must have been a decent bunch of you watching those like 6 minutes, so 6-7 minutes. So that's awesome. Anyways, I'm gonna start the stream off with a be right back because I was intending on still talking and then had to restart. I have to go get something. Hold on 1 second. But ask me questions in the meantime. Get the conversations rolling. All right, we're back. Most of you guys, some of you guys will be happy to know that I'm ready to answer questions, and I brought the tea. So let's get into this shit. I can never not curse on a damn stream. I'm just oh my lord. Anyways, holy crap, there's a lot of messages. Cassie said, "Let me get my best friend up in here." Yeah, get your peeps. Let's see. Yeah, questions. Yes, it's working. I'm back. So, anyways, part of what I was saying in the stream that you guys couldn't hear me and I was just talking to myself like an idiot, was just the general. This is a chill stream. I do have work in the morning, so this isn't going to be a super long stream like some of my others. But yeah, I'll probably be on here for like an hour ish. So, and then I guess if you're rewatching this or seeing this uploaded or here till the end of the stream, you'll know if I actually told the truth or not, because sometimes I typically tend to be on here for 2 hours minimum. But I feel like my chill streams usually are about 2.5 hours, but this one might be more 1.5. So, because I have work only because of that. But I wanted to stream because I'm trying to at least stream once a week on here as well as once a week on Instagram, so we can keep this going, get more watch hours, and talk to you guys on both platforms, because Instagram and YouTube is where I want to continue to build this community up and have you guys support my pages and all that kind of stuff. So, birthday girl is in the house. Shout out to one of my amazing longtime followers and Facebook friends, Jenny. It's her birthday. Happy birthday, Jenny. Even in this odd time in the world, hopefully you had a good day. I saw you ate some fire vegan food, so that's always great. But anyways, let's see. What is your favorite Friends episode or favorite season? I mean, I don't know. I've seen the whole series and I've seen a handful of episodes multiple times before, but I don't have it down as well as you guys do to literally recite the exact episodes or seasons. Like if you guys recall events that happen in the show, I'll remember them, but like I wouldn't be able to probably tell you exactly like, oh, this episode or that season from like, but I'll remember like the scenes if you bring them up. I just won't. I can't recite exact episodes or seasons of where they're from. Let's see. Joseph, can you swim? Have you ever nearly drowned? Yeah, I can swim. Yeah, I'm really good at swimming. I guess if some of you guys don't know, I think a handful of you guys do, but I know that probably the newer wave of followers don't know. I've not in recent years, but I've done a lot of snorkeling and I've done diving and stuff like that in the ocean. And I want to do more of that. It's been a long time since I've done it, but it's really fun. And I've taken lots of friends out there, even friends that don't know how to swim that well and stuff, where I've done it in like small, shallow areas. And I've also went out like on people's boat before. I knew someone that had a boat that we would sometimes, that we had like there was one summer that we literally went out like almost every weekend and went out to like an island or something like that. And in the middle of the ocean kind of area. And yeah, we went snorkeling and it was really fun. And I've seen lots of cool things. I've also, so that was like in my local area. There's a couple cool spots snorkeling there. There's a couple spots in my local area I have not checked out the snorkel yet. And I have also went snorkeling in the Key West, for those of you guys that are familiar with Florida areas, but the Key West is all the way down at that's basically the furthest point possible of Florida until you reach just endless ocean, until you reach, other areas and countries. So I've been to the furthest southern point in Florida in the Keys, and I've went snorkeling there. That was a cool experience. But yeah, for snorkeling wise, yeah, and then swimming, yeah. So, and I've helped teach some of my friends to swim, and I've taken some of them out there. I've saved my best friend's life out snorkeling before. So yeah, I will say I can confidently say I'm a good swimmer, and I have like snorkel gear and everything. So it's fun. I love going out in the nature and also being able to see animals in their natural habitat. And I have lots of underwater videos from some of those times too that I taken on an underwater camera, or one of my friends lent me their life-proof iPhone case a long time ago, and I also have a GoPro now. So, anyways, but yeah. And have I nearly drowned when I was a little kid? I believe I vaguely remember when I was a little kid, we had a pool in my backyard in an old house several houses ago. I've moved like several times. And one of the water jets wasn't working properly. I was like really little, so like I wasn't as good at swimming then because I was really little. But I remember the jet was like extra strong, and that shit just shot me like a damn across into the middle of the pool or whatever and stuff like that. And that was like a I didn't I like I was so off guard. I don't even know. I was in elementary school or younger. I don't remember how, not younger, but I was in elementary school. I don't remember how young. But I was probably in like second, first grade or something like that. And I wouldn't say I almost drowned though, but it was definitely like I probably freaked out for a minute. But I was fine. I'm chilling, and I've never had a fear of water or anything like that. Because I know a lot of people have fears of the ocean, or just swimming in the water in general and stuff. A lot of people have had traumatic experiences when they were younger and stuff. Not that that's as traumatic as some people have had, but that's never stopped me from being afraid of the water or anything. I like it. I can understand why people are afraid of the ocean. I get it because it's a whole nother world under there, and there's like, we know less about our ocean than we do about like some planets. So like I get it. It's a whole nother world. There's so many things in the ocean that have never been discovered that we don't know about. But I just think it's fascinating. I think it's really cool. It's just like space is really cool, you know. The ocean is just more, it's, you can actually explore it because it's on planet Earth. So anyways, I'm gonna be behind these comments, but that's okay. I'm okay with being behind the comments on these kind of streams because it gives me more stuff to constantly talk about so that I'm not caught up and then run out of stuff. So that's good. Um, let's see. I love your mug. Thanks. Gotta have that Batman mug. Thanks, Cassie. Um, let's see. Oh, Cindy came in here. I don't know if she's still in here, but welcome, welcome. It's my birthday. I want tea spilled. So yeah, shout out to Cindy that's in here, Nishana, Cassie, Haley, uh Babyface. I forgot what your actual name is. You can let me know if you want to. I think you've been on my YouTube streams before. Hold on, I lost my spot. Hey, that T. Batman T mug is awesome. Nishana's asking how Baby found me. Yeah, I'm interested in that too. Do you prefer iced tea or hot tea? Hot tea, which is what I have now. Never been a big iced tea person. Not saying I don't like iced tea, but it's rare that I drink it. And usually if I'm drinking tea, I'm drinking it more for my throat's sake. So I wouldn't be drinking iced tea for my throat because that's not like great for your throat. Hot tea is though. So yeah. You had vegan chili tots. Damn, that sounds fire. Time for BS questions. Okay, so now you guys are getting into talking about the water. Let's see. So you could do terrified, not a great swimmer, but would love to go. Awesome. Do you like to put clear glue or white glue on your popcorn? No glue. No glue. Just no glue. Can't swim. I almost drowned as a kid. Really? So a lot of people in here are not big swimmers, it seems like. You drowned multiple times, oh my lord. Does anyone in here like swimming? Or have an experience, or is it just me? It's okay if you don't, though, it's all good. I'm sorry for anyone that's had traumatic experiences. See, that's the thing. I hate when like traumatic experiences happen when you're younger about anything, and then it just kind of instills that fear of people for life about things because I see people with deal with that with the ocean kind of stuff, and I like being able to help people overcome their fears. And there's some friends that I've had that would normally never do stuff like that that I've taken out, and they've had at least a decent time snorkeling. I'm not gonna say that they're like gonna go out and do it now by themselves all the time, but they would maybe come from time to time with me now, at least, that's more than they would before, and they were able to at least enjoy to see something cool in the water or something like that. So I like being able to help people overcome their fears on things that I really like to do, such as ocean snorkeling and stuff like that. Like that's a cool thing that I would love to be able to help people overcome their fears and be able to experience the beauty of the ocean and like just so many cool animals that are under there. um Same thing with animals too. You know how many people are scared of dogs and like, or like specifically like big breed dogs and like some of like the beast like dogs that I deal with at my job. I love to be able to, if I can, um, to be able to help people overcome their fears because a lot of people have had like a bad or traumatic experience of being bit or attacked by a dog when they were younger, and then ever since then they just associate big dogs as like like they're just terrified of them. Like you'd be surprised at how many people are afraid of dogs, just like they're afraid of snakes or just afraid of other animals and stuff. So um, I've actually helped somebody overcome their fear of dogs before. I mean, like someone who was terrified of any dog, especially big breed, but really any dog, but specifically big breeds. Um, and I mean, like terrified. Like, I mean, like he would never pet or even be within, like, he'd have to be at least like he was social distancing from the dogs before, before we were social distancing from Corona. You know what I'm saying? So, like, but I helped him at least overcome his fear of being able to pet a dog again with my own dog. I used Honey as a training dog for him to kind of do that. And I wish that all the dogs at my job were my personal dogs, trust me. Because then I would be able to pick specific dogs for specific situations because I have different dogs that are great for different kinds of personalities of people and personalities of dogs. There's a lot that goes into working with animals that people don't really know. At least if you're working with animals for long term and you're actually good at it and stuff. So um so yeah, so ocean and nature kind of stuff or whatever, and that people are scared of to be in the situations of, and animal kind of stuff or whatever. Like I love being able to help people overcome their fears of that kind of stuff because it's a shame if a traumatic experience, kind of shields somebody from so many cool things that are out there just once when they were younger. And I find a lot of times that when people have traumatic experiences with like like such as a dog, for example, just because I personally knew someone or multiple people that were afraid of big dogs, um, a lot of times, like, that experience was just because of the lack of, control that the dog owner had over their own dog, or it was just a certain situation that it just the way things happened when they were a little kid, it wasn't the dog's fault, it wasn't the kid's fault, it was, like, the owner's fault, or just the situation was just one of those off situations that you wouldn't normally be in, and because he or she would be younger when it happens, because a lot of traumatic experiences when you're younger happen when you're younger, then it portrays differently in your mind. You just remember the horror parts of it. So, anyways, rant over. I'm gonna continue reading the messages now. And you guys can continue asking questions even if I'm still answering something. Just keep it going and I'll get to it. And if I miss it, you can retype it again. um Thoughts on secondhand leather or suede? May have asked this before. Yeah, I think you've asked some kind of question similar to that at least. Hey, what's up, Emily Zombie Penguin? I see you. Um, yeah, I think you've asked something similar to this. If you're talking about buying it, you're talking about buying from like a thrift shop or like something like that. I mean, I would rather someone buy it from there than getting a new one, obviously, because the new one is contributing more primarily to directly supply and demand. Personally, would I buy something of secondhand leather or something? Probably not, no. But if I already own something that is like that, I probably will keep it. But like I've said before in previous streams, I don't really own much stuff like that. I probably own like maybe one vest that might be like partial. I don't know if it's leather. I don't know. It might be something partially not vegan, not the whole thing. But that's actually of sentimental value to me. Um, and it was worn by a performer that was a close friend of mine that passed away. Um, and it was one of his performing vests. So I will keep that. I'm not going to get rid of that. The only other thing I may have is like one or two studded belts from Hot Topic that were leather or something. But all of that I bought before I was vegan. I would not go and indulge in buying something like that now, secondhand or not. I just personally wouldn't. I have lots of things that look like leather that are synthetic leather. Like I have cool combat boots that are synthetic leather. I can't talk. And I have like, studded gloves and things like that. So those are all synthetic leather. The only things, like I said, are probably like that one or two vests and maybe a belt or two. And when the belt or two start getting too ripped up, I'll throw it away and I won't get any more. Let's see. A lot of people afraid of the ocean hate boats. Okay, your name's Ashley. Cool. We've texted on Instagram a couple times. Met you by seeing a couple of your old videos on your suggestions. Awesome. Thank you. Well, thank you for coming back and returning. I appreciate you, Ashley. Yeah, I remember the more active you are on commenting on Instagram and YouTube, the more I'm likely to remember you, or the more live streams you're in as well. But I talk to a lot of people and I do have a lot of people in my messages and things like that. So while I'm very interactive with everybody and I, well, I'm very interactive with everyone and I'm always eventually getting to everybody's messages and comments and things like that. It's hard for me to remember everybody, of course. But the more active you are, the more likely I will be to remember. But your username looked familiar. So that's why I knew that you've already been on a YouTube stream. But that's cool. Thank you for coming back. I appreciate you. Let's see. Where was I? I see Cassie said something about swimming in some kind of lake or something. Yeah, you see, we don't do that in Florida because alligators will eat you. The first time Ray was in Florida, funny short story. First time Ray was in Florida, we were walking around in an apartment neighborhood, and it's very common here for apartment neighborhoods to have big lakes in the middle of them. A lot of them are man-made, but some of them are natural lakes. And we had to walk around the lake to the other side to get to the person's house we were going to, and he's like, damn, we have to walk all the way over there. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, if you don't care about getting wet, he's like, you want to just swim across? I'm down. And I'm like, what? I'm like, my boy, this ain't Chicago. This is Florida. There are gators in that lake. That is also illegal. You can't. I'm like, my boy is about to get eaten by a gator. And he's not even a good swimmer either. Anyways, and that lake water be nasty over here. But Chicago doesn't have oceans. They just have freshwater beaches. So their beaches are practically lakes. So, okay. What do you get on your Blaze pizza? It looks loaded. Oh, you know about that Blaze pizza. You should. Well, have you ever been to Blaze? I mean, I'm pretty sure they have one. They have one in they have one in Disney Springs. And then they have one by UCF also. Even though the one at Disney Springs is more expensive than normal Blaze pizzas, in case you didn't know. But you probably do because you work in that area and know that everything's overpriced. I switch it up. I don't always get the same thing at Blaze. Sometimes I'll get a one top, a two top, but then sometimes I will go build your own and go all out. If I go build your own and I go all out, typically on a loaded, because sometimes I'm not in the mood for a whole bunch of toppings, but if I'm going all out on a fully loaded pizza, if you guys don't know what Blaze Pizza is, this is not a sponsorship, but shout out to Blaze Pizza. They are fire, and that's literally their logo. They are basically a pizza place that is built like a Chipotle, where they have the dough and then like you tell them down the line what you want on your pizza, from sauce to cheese to veggies, proteins, and etc. And then they put it in their oven and right after that. So yeah, it's really cool. Blaze is awesome. So anyways, yeah, at Blaze, typically I'll get normal red sauce or spicy red sauce. And then of course vegan cheese. That's one of the main reasons I go to Blaze, because they're one of the few places around here that's a non-vegan pizza chain that sells dairy-free cheese. So I'll get vegan cheese. I'll usually tell them to put extra on because half the time they don't put enough. And then fun fact, if you don't know about Blaze, in the meat section, they now have, it's been there for a while now, but they've added within the last year a vegan meat, kind of substitute. They have spicy chorizos now, and those are fire. So usually I'll always get those. And then from the veggies, I love onions, so I'll get red onions, black olives. This is if I'm getting like a fully loaded pizza. If I'm getting one or two toppings, it'll look a little different, of course. But if I'm just going all out and just getting kind of everything, then the spicy chorizos, red onions, black olives, usually red or green peppers, sometimes both, roasted garlic, sometimes mushrooms. I'm trying to remember all the toppings. I'm probably missing one or two, but you get the gist of it. And then when the pizza comes out, I'll ask them to drizzle olive oil on top too. And then sometimes I'll add red pepper flakes on after, like myself, or a little bit of garlic powder or something. I love pepper stuff and I love garlic stuff. And I love onions too. Anyways, did I make anyone hungry? Let's see. Escape the Fate referencing Ashley. Nice. I love the ocean, but thought of being at sea where you can't see land. Like I'm fine being far out, but just not enough sea land. Gotcha. Oh, that reminds me. That's another place I snorkeled. I also went. Oh wait, no. My bad. Well, it was during my trip to the Keys. When I was in the Key West, we drove on a big boat that we paid to get on, and they drove us like way out in the middle of the ocean past the island, and then they just kind of stopped in a certain area, and then we went out snorkeling in the middle of there. So yeah, you definitely personally would not like that part, but anyways, yeah. What got you into YouTube and singing? That's a loaded question. I don't know if I'll be able to get into the whole thing right now because I don't want to like spend like an hour on one question, but I can tell you the gist of it. A lot of people in here already know, but I've been singing since I was 10 years old, about, I think. And my mom is a singer. Shout out to my mom. And so I would go out and she would sing at like karaoke places and stuff. And we made friends with people who run karaoke shows in the local area that do karaoke shows at restaurants and bars and things like that. And as a young kid, I thought it was cool. My mom was going out and singing, and that was like always a dream of hers since she was little. So I would go out to support her. And I never before this had a thought in my mind about singing. Like, didn't even cross my mind. I actually played the drums at the time. And I played like some like community football, but never in my mind did I think about singing for myself. So I went out to support my mom and things like that, and it'd be fun to go see her sing at different places, like like small restaurants, sports bars, and things like that. And one day I just kind of felt the urge to try it myself. I don't know what came over me. I don't know why or how early the thought came in my mind, but I was just like, it seems fun. I was like, I want to do it, but I was nervous because I was like, I've never tried to sing. I don't know. I wouldn't know what I'm doing. I'm probably going to suck, but I just wanted to try because it's karaoke. So you don't have to be a great singer to sing a karaoke. Anyone can go. So it's just for fun. So, yeah, so I told my mom about it, that night, and she was like, I'll go up with you. And, if you're nervous. So I was like, okay. So I went up there, and she went up with me and stuff like that. And about midway through the song, she backed up because I just got so into it that I just took it away, and I was just all into it. And she didn't even need to be standing by me. She went up to me for the initial crutch, and then she backed off because I just went into it. And was I great? No. I was probably not on key, but people loved it though because they got a kick out of a 10-year-old kid singing like 80s rock songs, because that's where I started. I started singing with like old school rock. And yeah, so it was, and I just remember after I did it, I just remember like this adrenaline feeling I have never felt before, and just like I was like, I want to do it again. But that was like the end of the night. Of course, I waited till, and like I was like, next time I go out to support her again, I'm gonna go and sing myself again also and stuff. And I was just like, it was just such a like, I was just like, it was just so fun. I just was like ecstatic about it. I was like, bro, I cannot wait to do that again. So, anyways, but then and then you kind of asked the two-part question. So, got me into YouTube. Well, over time, at the time, singing was, for then a few years after that, singing was still just a for fun thing for me. It was never like a serious career path for me. I didn't know what I wanted to do when I grew up at that point. Um, but as I started to figure it out, I was like, you know what? I was like, man, I should put myself out there. So YouTube, um, YouTube, of course, was like the main thing at the time to put yourself out there singing, because Instagram wasn't even a thing yet back then. So Instagram didn't even exist. Facebook was like probably brand new. MySpace, rest in peace. So so yeah. So that when I started taking it more seriously, I started putting some videos from karaoke on YouTube and videos of me singing at people's houses when they ran their own karaoke shows at home. And but then I started taking it these last like few years. I started taking it a step up, more serious. So, and I'm at a different level of things now, and I'm really grinding out and trying to become a YouTube partner now. So you guys watching this and watching my videos, of course, always helps. So I appreciate everybody that's on here and that watches my videos when I post new ones and rewatches old ones. So that's well appreciated. And always got lots more covers coming soon, lots more clips of me singing out of places, and clips of me singing with my previous bands, along with me reposting eventually probably my some of my original music that I did with that band on my channel too, for easy access. And because I believe that the Atlas music video is not as easy to access on YouTube anymore. But that's out of my control. But I have the YouTube video on my file, so I can always upload it to my channel. So I'll probably do that at some point. Everybody's still talking about all their fears about water. I like to meditate underwater and manifest the pushing the water, make waves. This come true. A lot of things manifest in the water came true. That's pretty cool. That's cool, Nishana. Jenny, you had a Dalmatian. That's cool. I rarely ever see Dalmatians. You know that? That's like a breed that I feel like I rarely see, but like you've always seen on like shows, like as a kid and like movies. Like I don't even think we've ever had a Dalmatian at my job. We've had Dalmatian mixes, but never like a full breed Dalmatian. We had like a Dalmatian pit bull mix once. That was pretty cool. Cassie said she's scared of bees, stung by one as a kid. Oh damn. Bees are really important though. Bees are so important to the world. Wasps are the assholes, but bees are super important. Because bees, I believe they die after they sting you. Wasps, they just keep stinging you repeatedly. And typically bees don't sting you unless they feel threatened or you're messing with them. So I like bees. Wasps, I'll get me the fuck out of there. Not that I'm like terrified, but like I'm just like I know how they be. So I'm not an idiot. Let's see. That's cool. The underwater manifestation. I'll have to try that. I'll have to try that too. Do you prefer to use a fork or a butter knife for soup? Why not both? Sammy of leather gloves. Your grandma gave me ages ago before you were vegan. Gotcha. What is a sport you've always wanted to try but never got the chance to? I don't know if there is one. I've done the ones that I like. Football being American football being my favorite, and basketball being a second. But I've always thought of doing like actual high school football, like on a high school team instead of community league stuff. And and I've thought of community league basketball a little bit, but more football. So I decided not to for for various reasons, but yeah, I guess mainly like if anything to relate to that question, even if it's not directly that question in that category, I would say that there's a part of me that wonders what my life would be like if I would have pursued football instead of my music stuff, but I don't regret anything by any means. Don't, because music is a higher passion for me, but I did always have a I do have a competitive side with football, but also a very team leader sport kind of vibe too. And I got really into it. You could ask a few of my friends that used to come watch me play. You would see I was different, just like I'm a different person on stage than I am talking, and I'm like a lunatic on stage performing. I'm a different person when playing on the football field too. So they would see me. I would wear my heart on my sleeve out there on the field. So and I wasn't afraid to get dirty and all that shit. So not in an illegal way. I don't mean like that. I mean literally dirt. And like doing what I had to do to win. Like, you know, not penalties. I don't mean like that. Okay, I'll be more active. Sorry for that. No need to be sorry. I was just letting you know, Ashley, that that's just generally how I start to know. That's why, like, if you see me like referencing Jenny, Cassie, Haley, like I know like their names like that because like they're so active on my stuff and they've been like showing me such amazing support. But I appreciate you even just being on here and giving me the time of day to check me out and stuff. So don't feel any pressure, but of course I would love for you to join the community that I have growing here. And as you can see, everyone in this chat is amazing, and there's lots more people that aren't even in here tonight that are amazing as well, that follow and support me and support all my friends and then support each other and become friends within this community. So I would love for you to become a part of that. um them Gators. Ooh, Evermore or Essentia. So if you guys don't know what Jenny's relating to, Evermore and Essentia are alkaline water brands. So yeah, I do drink a lot of alkaline water. I've jumped on the alkaline bandwagon like maybe last year. And I don't only drink alkaline water, but I drink alkaline water at least like probably 60 to 70% of the time. About basically the only time I really don't drink alkaline water is sometimes when I'm home because I have water that comes out my fridge, or I have like one of those, you know, classic filters that filter tap water in a pitcher. So I'll use that just because, you know, buying a bunch of alkaline water is money. So I'm not, but when I go to work, I always take a bottle of Evermore Essentia with me. Whichever one is on sale is typically the one that I'll get. But taste wise, I don't think I have a preference. I like them both a lot taste wise. If you don't think different brands taste different of water, then you might not be a big water drinker. That's okay. But the one thing I'll say I like about Evermore over Essentia is the fact that they come in the 64-ounce big bottles, because I drink a shit ton of water. So I prefer the Evermore bottles just because they sell bigger ones than Essentia does. Essentia goes up to like 50 something ounces and Evermore goes to 64 ounces. And if I bring a large Essentia one to work, I'll probably run out of water before the day is up. Evermore, that's usually like the perfect amount for the whole day of work. So, or if I'm just, I will drink out of a water fountain sometimes if I have nothing else, I'm not above that. I'm not I'm not drinking alkaline water to be bougie and stuck up. I drink it because I've heard a lot about, like, people claiming about the benefits of it, and that it's better for you, and it could help you have clear skin and just different things like that. So, um, always about trying to put more life into your body, not death, not acidic stuff and things like that. Not that I'm perfect and I have my junk food and things like that too, but within reason. If I ever come to Long Beach, don't swim at the beaches. They're dirty. Noted. Probably a lot more people at those beaches than Florida because of how populated California is. Oh, you get that discounted Blaze. Gotcha, gotcha. I've never eaten at that Blaze, but I know of it because I've been in Disney Springs a bunch of times. But my friend John has, I'm pretty sure, eaten at that Blaze, and he told me it was more expensive. Lake Michigan is nice, but it's not an ocean. Never seen Blaze Pizza. It's a younger chain, so it's Blaze Pizza is not probably. I don't know if they're in every state. And there's not like there's not as many. Blaze Pizza is not as big of a chain as like Domino's and Pizza Hut and stuff yet, but they're definitely growing, and I think they could be that big at some point, or at least like Chipotle big. Yeah, see, we don't have mod pizza there. Blazing it up, you already know, but pizza style. Yeah, garlic is amazing. Everyone likes garlic. You need to have your mom sing as a guest. I'm actually working on that. Trust me, I've already talked to her about that before. But yeah, my mom will probably eventually be a one of the. We'll have her as a special guest on one of my future Instagram open mics for sure. So yeah, she just wasn't ready to do it on the nights that I was. So, we'll get her on at some point. Karaoke's fun, yeah. I want to try Etho's Vegan Kitchen in Orlando. I definitely want to try that. I've heard about that before you even told me about it and stuff, so I'm jealous. But I'm glad you were able to go. Bees are cute. One of your best friends had 2 Dalmatians. They were twice your size. Nice. I've also had Great Danes at my job that look like they have the Dalmatian colors, but they're Great Danes. All right. Time is it? 11. A little after 11. Joseph, ever had a crush on a fictional character or still do? I can't say I do now. I probably did. I wouldn't. I honestly can't recall, but I would think that I probably have when I was maybe younger. Like, but only like just in the moment of watching the movie or show, and then like I don't think about it outside of that though. Like only while you're watching. But yeah, probably when I was little. I can't really recall what or who though. But and again, yeah, it's just more of like in the moment. You're watching it and it's like, oh, like more think of like it's. I think more it's kind of like it's kind of like the process in my head would have been more like it's not like I'm not attracted to literally the cartoon, but I'm just like, if that cartoon character was a real person, I feel like they would be pretty as fuck. You know what I'm saying? There you go. That's the best way I could put it. Like I could picture like what they would look like in person, like if they were a real person. Anyways, now you want to watch me play football. What band or artists do you listen to that you think are the most unique or outside of your normal listening genre? I'm not sure about most unique because I feel like there's actually a lot of bands I listen to in the metal scene that I would give a lot of credit to being unique. Um, I mean, Fall Universe is the first one that comes off the top of my head of being unique just because of the fact that he literally mixes like almost every genre in one. And I have respect on a musicianship level for that, like that he makes it work. People will argue that it won't, and I know it's not everyone's thing, and people will hate songs and stuff, but I personally think that the fact that he sings really well, he can scream good. I mean, his screaming is not, to me, Ronnie Radke's screaming is not like his best part of his vocals, but he can scream solidly well. His singing is very great, and he can even go to almost like an operatic level, kind of like a little like opera vibes almost like, and he's done that more live. He can sing really well in his like head voice and falsetto kind of stuff, and then a lot of people hate his rapping, a lot of people love his rapping. I like it. I think he's great at rapping. And the fact that he mixes all that in one, from metal sounding stuff to pop sounding stuff to alternative sounding stuff to electronic breakdowns, like the fact that he's combined it all and just made things so well, like it's awesome. Like if you guys want like good songs as reference, I mean, a lot of you guys have seen me sing Rolling Stone by Falling in a Verse. um I have a cover of that too, you guys can check that out. Gotta plug it. Or you can listen to the original too, though. And then like some of their newer stuff, like Popular Monster by Falling Universe, very unique. So if you don't know them, a lot of you guys do, but if you don't know them, they're very unique within the metal scene. And there's other bands that are unique in the metal scene too. But then, let's see. And then I don't know if you were asking most unique outside of my genre or just most unique, or what are just some that I listen to outside of my genre. I'm not sure because I don't. It's hard to say which ones are like the most unique because I feel like there's a good amount of artists that are unique. But if I mention some, then I'm gonna be like, dang, I left these out that I just didn't remember at the time. Or do you just want me to tell you some artists I listen to outside of my normal metal and emo genres? Um, your Dalmatian had hardly any spots. Joseph playing football, will he scream while he's tackling? I actually played a lot of flag football in community leagues, but I have played some tackle too. I've done both, but flag football was cheaper, so and we were a little tight on money back then. Um, what is the difference between, haven't Googled it, between drinking water and alkaline water? Oh, okay. Um, so basically it's like if you're familiar with like a pH scale, kind of gets into like science stuff. Um, Basically you can test, any liquid to see what the pH of it is. And hopefully I'm explaining this well. I'm not used to explaining science stuff on here. This is different. Welcome to class, guys. Now, so yeah, basically 7, I believe, is the neutral number. If something is 7, it is considered neutral, but if it's below 7 on the pH scale, it's acidic, and if it's above 7, it's considered alkaline and it's non-acidic. So there's a lot of, alkaline, they say typically like neutral water is like typical water, and then alkaline water is supposed to be the water that a lot of people claim we're supposed to be drinking because it's supposed to alkalize the body, which is supposed to have a lot of benefits such as possibly clear skin, um and just making you more hydrated and feeling better and things like that. Nothing is like 100% proven, but there's lots of studies on it that probably prove it. But it's a debated kind of thing. And there's a lot of water bottle brands and waters that are actually acidic, and most people don't even know it. Such as a lot of people I know like to spend a lot of money and drink smart water. I was never one of those people. Yes, it has electrolytes in it, but I've seen YouTube tests of several water brands, and smart water is acidic water. It's actually acidic. Like, obviously soda is acidic because carbonation, all that kind of stuff. So smart water is also acidic, just like sodas. Like, isn't that crazy? Dasani water is acidic. Aquafina is acidic. Um, I believe Fiji water is neutral, which is okay. Um, and you can just search up on YouTube, but if you're really that interested in it, just search up on YouTube, um, pH or alkaline tests or pH tests on water brands or something like that. And you'll find a whole bunch of people testing out the pH things. And you can buy, I've never done it myself, but one day I would like to do the pH balance test or whatever and get my own kit and test a few different water brands and stuff that I used to drink just to kind of see. Um, and then there's some that you'd be surprised are actually neutral and they're better than you would expect and they're cheap. So yeah, but yeah, most of the waters that I drink, so 7 is supposed to be neutral. Anything above 7 is even better. There's one brand I get once in a while called Eternal. They're not my favorite taste wise, but if they're on sale, I'll get them if they're buy one get one free or something because they're cheap. So I believe they're like around like a little over 7, like 7.5 to 8 pH. Evermore water, which is one of the big ones I drink a lot, is like I have the hold on, I have the bottles actually right here. I could literally show you guys. I should be getting paid for this. Okay, so yeah, this is Evermore water. This is one of my favorite alkaline water brands. It's this is the 64 ounce. This is why I like it also, is because it comes in this big ass bottle and I drink a shit ton of water. Yeah, so it says the pH on here is supposed to be, so neutral is 7. The pH on here is supposed to be 8.8 to 9.1. So that's really good. And then Essentia, then this is Essentia. This one is also the biggest size it comes in. This is 50.7 ounces. And this one's actually supposed to be 9.5 pH, potentially higher, but they guarantee it to be at least 9.5 pH, which is really high as well. I've once did try a water that was like infused with like hibiscus extract or something just for fun. Like I wouldn't normally get it because it's a lot more expensive, but it was on sale and I just thought I'd try it. It's like a hibiscus extract water and it's a pH of 10, which is fucking crazy. And that was pretty cool too. That water was like smooth as hell. I actually drank that after one of my gigs. I brought it Celebration. Anyways, my friends are all messaging me on Instagram about stuff. I'm not sure what's going on. Something's going down. Okay, where's my spot now? Thank you all. Y'all so sweet and funny. I love being in this community. I appreciate that. I appreciate you being a part of it too. We are sweet until the virtual pits, exactly. But that's just to let out our aggression and anger, and then we like to get in our feels at some point too. And we always end on a good note. Let's see. The clearer skin you can confirm. Cool. Your boyfriend makes you drink alkaline water, but I'm not gonna lie, I do feel better when I drink it. Cool. That's cool that he does. Let's go get food. You guys like anime men and girls. Let's see. Captain Price. Cassie gotta slide it in there. You love bands that combine genres. Like I will admit, some bands it doesn't work, but some bands really pull it off. Like you'll check out More Fall Universe. Yeah, you should. Cause like the thing that's cool about there's some bands that I love their staple metalcore sounds, or I love their alternative rock sounds, or things like that. And I'm totally fine with them continuing to do that. But then it's cool to also have artists like Fall Universe where literally, anytime they drop a song or an album, you don't know what to expect. Like, you have no clue what it's going to sound like. You don't know if it's going to be a heavy metalcore song. You don't know if it's going to be a freaking pop sounding song. You don't know if it's going to be a mix of rapping and screaming and singing. Like, you just really don't know what to expect. And honestly, that makes it really fun. And I mean, there's some songs that I'm not as crazy about by them, and there's some songs I freaking love by them, but you know, it's cool, and I respect that. I respect that they have, you know, that they have the courage to actually go and do that and not give a fuck about people's opinions and just do it, and some of them turn into hits. You played rugby at your high school. Whoa, that's cool. I hear rugby's a pretty hardcore, tough sport. You guys don't like Dasani water? I used to drink that when I was like in middle school or high school, and I actually did like it. But fun fact, in case you guys didn't know, Dasani, probably some of you guys know, but Dasani water is owned by Coca-Cola. So Dasani is Coca-Cola's water. That should give you guys a sketch sign about a red flag about their water right there. Aquafina is owned by Pepsi. So again, that's a soda brand's water line. Like, do you really trust something like that, like from a soda company when it's water? Like, and it's no wonder it's acidic, honestly. Let's see. I should do the pH test. Yeah, I'll have to record it if I do. Record that for Patreon. Yeah, guys. I know I've been slacking on it. I've been talking about it for a while, and then like I don't talk about it for a while because like I've been so busy with then other stuff, music related things and work and stuff. But yeah, I have been I did make a Patreon. I haven't set up content on it yet, and I haven't I haven't advertised it yet just because I'm not ready to yet because there's nothing to pay for on there. But if you guys are interested in Patreon, stay tuned on my Instagram for more details on that when it's ready. Not that anyone should feel obligated to have to do that, but if anyone actually goes the extra mile and does that and pays like a small monthly fee for that, that would be amazing, and that money would go directly towards my dog or music related things. So it would go towards good causes. You've been wanting to try Eternal. I like the Essentia and Evermore taste better to me than Eternal. So it's because Eternal's I think alkaline spring water, and I'm not always a big fan of spring water's taste, but I can still drink it. Like it's whatever. But I like the others better. Bill Nye has competition. Destiny just got here. Oh, I skipped to the bottom of the chat. Of course, he's talking about water. He's a fish. They were asking me about alkaline water stuff. So, and see, Destiny can confirm because they were asking me earlier. They were asking me earlier if I even swim. So Destiny can confirm about the swimming and the snorkeling. I have taken Destiny out a couple times. Destiny was also there when I saved Ray's life in the middle of the ocean. So Destiny can confirm that too. Now I have the perfect person that can attest for everything I just said and can confirm it. Yeah, Destiny was literally an eyewitness to me saving Ray's life in the middle of the ocean. I mean, literally, he'd be drifting off in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean right now if I didn't go after him. Like, no cap. Anyways, I'll scroll back up and hold on. I'll scroll back and read some of the other messages that I missed. But yeah, it was a very strong current that day. The current was really strong. Thank God we made Ray put a life vest on, because I don't know what he would have done. He had a life vest, so at least he was floating, but he was floating away, and I had to swim. I had to swim against the current twice, and then a third time, and on the way back, literally pushing a whole nother body. It's like this. It's basically double my body weight, since me and Ray are probably pretty similar. Ray might be even a little heavier than me, so yeah, like double my body weight against the fucking current after swimming back and forth on it a couple times and snorkeling all day with everyone. Like it's a funny story now. I can give the full story and more details at some point. exactly what Destiny said, exactly. Yeah, and this is the same guy who wants to swim through the freaking Florida lake and get eaten by an alligator. He doesn't know about the gators. It's different where he lives. Ashley's 4'11". We got a lot of shorties in here. A lot of you guys say you're short. It's all good though. There's nothing wrong with that. Now everybody's gonna insert their height. How much you want to bet? Yep. Here we go. No, you guys can. It's cool. Okay, let me scroll up and see if. Sorry, if I skip something, you guys can re-say it. Yeah, Disney sells Coke products, so they only sell Dasani. I've noticed that. Yeah. Listen to The Midnight. That's a band, The Midnight. Check them out. Has there been? Now I'm kind of going backwards in the chat, going up to where I left off. Has there been any more interesting wildlife around your place lately? Haley asked. Nothing too. Oh, actually, yes, there has. That's a good question for now. I almost forgot. Okay, Destiny. I didn't tell you about this yet either because it's just happened a couple days ago. So anyways, yeah. All right. So story time. Not a long story, but yeah. So so I was walking Honey back home. I was on my way walking back home towards my house, but there's a lake. If you guys don't know, like there's a lake like right like by my house in the neighborhood. So anyways, we have naturally that we always have we have a lot of ducks come daily by our house because they know we feed them and because we always put bird seeds out. So anyways, there was a whole bunch of ducks, by my house, and around the lake and stuff. They were all kind of grouped together because they were all coming to like eat at my house, and that's normal. Like I wasn't that's just normal these days. So I'm that doesn't faze me. But anyways, all of a sudden, and they're for a little bit from a distance because I was still walking back with Honey, and we weren't right up there yet, but I wasn't super far. So all of a sudden, I start seeing the ducks all just go nuts, like all running in all different directions, like all just and flying away and running into the ocean, like not the ocean, the lake. I wish I lived off the ocean. That'd be cool. So yeah, they just all ran in all these different directions. I was like, what the hell? And all of a sudden, I see like this like long dark animal just like literally just running around. I thought it was like a dachshund, like a wiener dog, like a dachshund. And but I look closer, it was a fucking otter. It was an otter, and that otter was angry. That otter was just chasing them, running up and down in the grass, like off the lake, in the grass, just going nuts. And then as soon as the ducks, and then when me and Honey got closer, he ran back and jumped back into the water, and he went under the water, and then an otter. and and so then I went and looked by the water, he dove back into the water, and then he pokes his head up and two other heads pop up, and it's three otters' heads just popped up, and then they all three swam away. But yeah, in case I never told you guys, there are otters in my lake. I already did know this, but I had never seen one actually come into the grass. I've only seen them very, very briefly with their heads out the water real quick, or, swimming away or something like that. But I have never seen them actually come onto the grass and chase animals, or I've never seen them that far out of the water before. And it's very brief usually. So that's the longest I ever saw an otter here for. And I've only seen two of them, and now I know there's at least three of them. So yeah, the lake by my house is pretty big because it opens up bigger than what it looks like. Like if you've seen my stories, it opens up way bigger towards later in my neighborhood. But yeah, so that was my wildlife story of the week by my neighborhood. I have animal stories for my job. I have animal stories for my house. So it's fun. Animals everywhere. That's always good. You guys call them water dogs over there? Yeah, you did pick a great time for that question. I wouldn't have probably remembered to say that on the stream. Um, the ducks are mean sometimes. Yeah, the ducks are mean sometimes. They be trying to fight over the food. I have to really try to spread it out, and sometimes I have to chase one of them away because he's an asshole and he tries to bite the other ducks. All right, let me go back and scroll up again. Cindy is 5'5.5". The half is important. You tell him. It is. Every half inch of height is important. You're right. It makes a difference. I am not 5'3". Okay, let me yeah, sorry. I keep getting distracted by the current comments now. But let's see. Oh wait, did Jenny reply to that? Yeah, the Midnight is a band. One of their songs is used during intro of Emotional Science Beartooth are cool. I'll check. I'll have to add that to bands. Check it out. Feel free to DM me the name of them again in Instagram because I might not remember. Did I miss anything else up of questions? Oh, yeah, Haley was oh, yeah, I only half answered Haley's question, and then, I didn't see her explanation for what her other part of the question was, relating to the artists outside of my scene. You said I mean, I think I already kinda know in terms of Halsey and Allegra, but any others, I guess. Oh, any others other than Halsey and Allegra that I'm a fan of outside of my scene? Yeah, I mean, those 2 are definitely some of my favorite, outside of my scene vocalists. Billie Eilish would be another one. Billie Eilish would be up there too. And there's probably a couple small artists that are just not as well known that I listen to and stuff too. And some of them that I've recently found. Um, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right, but Anson Sebra. It's not like complex music. It's very simple. It's just like piano and him singing. But man, does he make some emotionally dark songs that fucking hit. Like that shit hits you in the feels. Well, listen to that. If don't listen to that if you don't if you're not ready to get in your feels, don't listen to his stuff yet. But like when you are, yeah, like I plan to cover some of his songs. Some of it, they're very simple, but his some of his lyrics just man, they hit. Um you guys may have heard one of his songs on TikTok before. If you guys have ever heard the song Welcome to Wonderland, I know that song was popular on TikTok for a little while, I think. So and then there's other smaller artists too, that I can't think of. And then there's also just some of my own friends that are, artists outside the scene and some new ones that I've just recently discovered and things like that. But yeah, there's probably others that I just can't think of. Like honestly, like I just don't there's not a lot of mainstream artists that I probably do listen to much, obviously, but so when I get asked that question, I just some of my like top favorites are like the first ones that pop in my mind, and then none of the rest come in my mind until I actually am like listening to it or it comes on my shuffled playlist, and I'm like, oh yeah, I like them too. I just never talk about them. So anyways, but yeah. But yeah, I would put Billie Eilish in that category of favorite mainstream artists as well. Billie Eilish would be up in there. You guys already know Halsey is, and I would like to do that'd be cool if I could do a Billie Eilish cover one day too, maybe in my own version. I've already I've messed around and talked about that before. It's just that's not the easiest thing to adapt to, but it'd be very diverse for me to do that. So that'd be cool. And then most of you guys already know Allegra from The Voice. One of the best female vocalists probably the best female vocalist that I personally know. Insanity. And yeah. Next, I think I'm caught up for the most part. May have asked this before, but can't remember. How did Honey get her name, or did she come with the name? So when I was little, I didn't know what to name her. And my parents were coming up with names, and then they narrowed the few names down, and then they told me them, and I liked them all. And again, I was young back then. I was little. So like my name game is way higher level, and I would definitely be naming my own dogs now, like for like future dogs that I get. But back then I was younger, so like I had no clue. I was just happy to have a dog. Like, so I wasn't even caring or thinking about names, but I literally just I I don't even know, for the longest time I probably was just calling her Puppy or Dog or something like that in the beginning. Or Come Here Girl, like, things like that. And she would listen. She was a goofy puppy back then. But yeah, I've had Honey since she was 3.5 months old. She did not have a name. And yeah, the names it came down to, that my parents narrowed it down to, was, oh yeah, there was a few names. I think one of them was Joy. And then another one was Daisy. Obviously Honey. I don't remember. There's probably another one or two also. I think it came down to Honey or Daisy. So Honey's name almost could have been Daisy, but I'm glad I picked Honey because I think Honey is more unique. No offense to any Daisies out there, but and that's a good name too. But yeah, and because she's kind of like similar to the color of Honey, she's sweet like honey. So it's kind of a play on words. And then on top of that, you can give her like cool spin-off names, because you can call her Honey, you can call her Honeycomb, you can call her Honey Bunches of Oats. You can call her different things. So yeah, but her color and because of her personality kind of gave her Honey. Like, cool, you'll DM me the thing. Yeah. You already know Billy. She's awesome. She's changed the mainstream music game a lot. Joseph, when you first started screaming at first, did it hurt your throat because you're not used to it? And when are we getting a screaming tutorial? Shauna, I've been asking him to teach me for so long. He hates me. Oh my goodness. Here we go. You and like 20,000 other fucking people have been asking me to scream, Destiny. That's not just you. I have not taken vocal lessons. I taught myself. I'm not saying that as a flex. I'm saying that as a means to saying that I am dumb when it comes to technicalities about vocals. I don't know technicalities of singing or screaming. So when people want to ask me about how to do that, I would if I could. Trust me, I would start charging low prices for lessons if I knew how to do it. Like, that would be a awesome thing for me, but I don't want to wrongly teach someone or not teach someone enough, and then they go and mess their voice up and then blame me for it, and I don't want to be the cause of anyone messing up their voice. So trust me, if I could, I would, but I wouldn't know how to explain it. And no, it never hurt for me, though, to answer your first question. No, it never hurt. It never hurt in the beginning. If it ever hurts, you are doing it wrong. It's never supposed to hurt. Even in the beginning, it's never supposed to hurt. I can give tips on things, like if you already are starting to do things the right way. I can give you tips on that. I can tell you what some red flags are that may mean you're not doing it right. And I can give you guys some tips and pointers, but I cannot literally guide you through the step-by-step process of how to sing or scream. I can just give tips to people that are already vocalists or amateur vocalists that are just starting out and things like that. I can give good tips on that. But other than that, I cannot give you like literally the step-by-step process. Um, and I don't think I'm qualified for that, honestly. So, but it never hurt. It's not supposed to ever, and I took a risk. I could have screwed my voice up. I could have done it the wrong way and it could have hurt. It happened to start coming natural to me. I wasn't always as good as I am today, by no means. Like, if I hear an older video of me from like 2016 or something screaming, I'll probably cringe. Like, it's not, it was not, there wasn't a lot of power there yet. Um, I've grown a lot since then, and it's something that takes a lot of time and practice. It's not something you just learn and can do overnight. Maybe you can do it at an amateur level overnight, but not not at a high level overnight. It takes a lot of time and practice and stuff, and I've put that practice in. So, and then different pitches too, because there's some people specialize more in lows, some people specialize more in mid screams, and some people specialize more in highs. Um, I would probably say like solid lows, not like super low. I would like to be able to extend my range to be able to go even lower, like some people can do like some deathcore kind of lows. Like I'm not that talented at the lows, but I'm talented at my normal metalcore kind of standard of lows. And then I'm also good at highs. Mids are the ones that took me the longest to kind of learn of doing mid screams, and it's not my most comfortable spot of screaming. I'm more comfortable doing one extreme of high or one extreme of the other low. That's why you most commonly hear me do lows or highs. Mids took more time for me to learn, and honestly, the process of during the time of me recording the EP with For Those Who Fought helped me kind of figure out help me get better voice control over what pitches I was hitting screaming, if that makes sense. So, but I'm always trying to work on my range and extend things and stuff too. So, in singing and screaming, and always trying to progress. I'm never done trying to get better. Let's see. If you ever meet Honey, you're gonna call her Honey Bunches of Oats. Do you have a favorite memory involving Honey? That's a good question. I probably have several great memories. I mean, the day that I got her, of course, was always an amazing memory for me because I had always wanted a dog since I was like a really little kid, like even younger. So the day that I actually, and it wasn't planned, the day that I got Honey, it wasn't even planned. But I'm trying to remember how old I was. If I do the math, I could probably figure it out. But I was definitely in elementary school. I probably had some happy tears come down my face because I was so happy that I finally had a dog. I always wanted a dog. I always wanted a big breed dog. When I was younger, I always imagined myself having either a lab, golden retriever, German shepherd, or Siberian husky. And I did get one of those. I got a lab, and I most likely will own each of those breeds at one point in my life, and I will probably own other labs at one point too, because labs are amazing dogs. And so are the other breeds I named too. But I feel like out of those four breeds, I feel like labs, yellow labs, I feel like there's exceptions, there's always exceptions, but typically yellow labs would probably be the easiest one to own out of all those breeds and the versions of those breeds. American yellow labs, I feel like would be one of the easier ones, but there's exceptions. There's always exceptions. But yeah. But yeah, favorite memories. I mean, the day I got her, I have um I have this picture I haven't posted yet, but I know a lot of you guys have seen it from my old socials that I can't wait to post. I took a random selfie with Honey this once, and her her tongue happened to be coming out during the picture. So in the picture, it looks like she's just sticking her tongue out, and it's amazing. That's one of my favorite pictures with Honey. I haven't posted that one yet. But I have on my old socials, so some of you guys have seen that before. That's a future picture to be up there too. Man, on the spot, I can't think of things right now, but those are the first things that came to mind. Um, because Honey was Honey was miserable where she was, and she was very standoffish. She looked like a miserable dog where we got her, and all the other puppies were with other puppies, but she was too big to be with the other puppies because she would trample them and maybe hurt them by accident. And she was at it was at a pet shop. I would adopt now. I always vouch for adopting dogs over buying them at pet shops or breeders. Adopt, don't shop. Always support that. Because there's too many animals that get put down, and there's so many animals that don't have homes, and will have to be put down and stuff because the shelters can't afford to look after so many of them anymore. So why go and pay someone to breed more animals when there's lots of them that need homes that are going to literally die, instead of going and paying someone to make more when there's already so many that need homes. But I was younger at the time, so I didn't know any better. Um, but on the bright side, I feel like I partially saved Honey because this was a strict puppy shop, and they only kept dogs there for as long as they were puppies. I don't know if it was a legal thing or if it was just because they didn't think they could sell dogs once they're past puppies. And Honey was the dog that no one wanted. Surprisingly, I know it's hard to believe that because all you guys love Honey and you guys see how she is, but Honey was a miserable dog. She just laid in the back corner in the plastic baby pool full of shredded paper, and she was oversized compared to all the other dogs. And there was literally even somebody who went to try to pet her, and she grabbed their sleeve and started pulling on it, and like the person thought she was being aggressive, but she was just wanting someone to play with her. Like, that was her way of playing. She didn't know any better. And she was a bigger dog. So she had that natural, just, wanting to bite on things and stuff. And she was just trying to play tug of war. And, anyways, but yeah, she was a dog that nobody wanted. And they told me that she had about a week and a half left to be adopted. Otherwise, they'd have to give her to the shelter. And, as soon as she came out of the baby pool, because you were allowed to take dogs like out to like spend some time with them to see if you want them before you buy them. Like you were allowed to do that at this place. And as soon as she got out of the baby pool, she was a whole nother dog. Super happy, wagging her whole body, her butt, and everything, and just super happy, ecstatic, the most happiest, sweetest thing. Um, she just was literally miserable in that place. Um, so yeah, I'm glad I got her out of that, and she didn't end up going to a shelter, and no one would ever guess that she would have been in the situation of being the dog that nobody wanted, but it was full of a puppy shop full of mostly small dog breeds. They didn't have many big dog breeds. They usually only had like maybe 2 or 3 big dog breeds at a time, and of course they got them as puppies. But she was growing fast. Honey was always pretty big. She was 3.5 months, and I never got to see her as like a little baby, like but she definitely was a lot smaller than she is now. But I never got to see her as like a tiny, tiny, tiny puppy. I would love to see what she would look like. She was probably the most adorable thing, um, but yeah, I'll have to think of other memories that are really fun memories during my time of having her, though. I know I have them. I'm just when I come on here, sometimes when I get asked questions on the spot, my mind just blanks. I don't know why, but I know I can definitely think of more. Let's see. Joseph Metal screaming tips. We need this video on YouTube. I could do that. I could do singing / metal screaming tips because some of them are kind of go hand in hand together. So that I could do in the future. That's a good idea. Thanks for that suggestion. Joseph, what's your favorite bright color? Like the first color, when you want to wear when? Okay, so what's my favorite bright color of clothing to personally wear? I do like a lot of well, I mean, some of it's dark, some of it's bright, but I like a lot of like bleached shirts, like not tie dyed, but like dyed shirts, like bleach dyed shirts and stuff that have like different shades of colors. Like I like a lot of them. Some of them are darker, some of them are lighter. You guys have probably seen me wear a couple of them. It depends on what's on the shirt and the style and like the shade of color it is, but I do really I've always liked the color blue. But I like some blues over others. Um, I've also been a fan of the Chargers in football for a while too, so I love all their shades of blue. They have awesome powder blue and things like that that are really cool. But it depends on the shade. I mean, I like green and red also, but it just depends on the shades of them, and it depends on the exact shirt. I don't really have exactly one go to. I don't really go looking for clothing specifically thinking I'm gonna buy a blue shirt today or like I'm gonna buy a, you know what I mean? Like it just depends on I just look like, so so some dyed shirts, but I do have some red shirts, I have some blue shirts, I have some lighter gray shirts, and I have a lot of bleached and dyed shirts of different things too. Um, but yeah, and some of them I like that are accented, like that are like black with like some green and black combination. Basically, one of the bright colors mixed with black sometimes are really cool too. Um, Hell, I even have a pink shirt too. I'll wear that on a stream at one point too if you guys want. But yeah, I don't have one favorite one though. Let me see. It's almost midnight, so um I'm gonna be getting off probably in a few. Unfortunately, if I didn't have work, trust me, I'd stay on for like another hour or two. Um, but if you guys have any final few questions, I'll answer a few more, and then I'm gonna unfortunately have to get off. Do I have a favorite Drake and Josh quote? Um, they have a lot of great quotes. Um, I mean, everyone knows the classic "Hug Me, Brother." I mean, that's just classic. Um, and a lot of things that Josh says back with his hand movements and his head movements are just hilarious coming out of his specific voice and body. um, of course, a lot of you guys know when Josh says, "I ain't calling you a truther." That's always a classic, hilarious one. Um, and yeah, just both Drake and Josh have just ways of saying certain quotes that just they just when they said it coming out of their voices and acting, it was great and stuff like that. There's the Drake, "Whoa, just take it easy, man," like, um, and just some of Josh's like repetitive, just emphasizing of certain things was always hilarious too, with his freaking bobbling head and everything and stuff. I think there was like a video game episode too where he was screaming the video game thing. These aren't really quotes, these are more just like funny moments on the show. But I can't think of the exact quotes, but um and I think Josh also says sorry doesn't sweeten my tea. That's a good one too. Um I haven't watched the show in years, but yeah. I remember pip pip diddly do. um let's see. Spherical. Yes, that was it. Yep. It's spherical. Spherical. Joseph, ever thought of getting a piercing and where, like a lip piercing or so on? Yeah, I have. Some of my friends, I don't know if Destiny's still in here, but I know Destiny's, I think kind in the past when I was like in high school or something like that, has said she wanted me to get a piercing, and a couple of my other friends have too. Um, so anyways, yeah, I don't know. I may never get a piercing. I may. I'm not sure. It's one of those things I've never like been passionate about getting, but it's not something I'm ruling out either. Like I'm not for it, I'm not against it. I'm just kind of neutral on it. So, I don't know. But if I were to get any piercings, most likely um like the only ones that have potential interest in the future would be gauging my ears. Nothing like humongously huge, but gauging my ears and wearing tapers or plugs in them at a moderate size, nothing crazy. Um, or yeah, or probably or a lip piercing, like a side lip ring or something like that. That would probably the 2 that I've most potentially considered in the future, but again, I don't have any plans on doing that. But if I were to in the future, possibly those or just one of them, but I don't know. What kind of piercings do you guys like? You guys can let me know. What kind of piercings do you guys like on girls, and what kind of piercings do you like on guys typically? If you guys have any. Um, change up the colors. You know, I love to pay attention to detail. Yeah. I switch up my colors more in performing and stuff like that, I feel like, and when I go out places, but I know on my streams I don't as much, but I on the quarantine concerts I have a little bit. Some of my outfits I kind of want to save for more legit shows to make them appear for the first time on and like when I have a band again stuff too. Your shirt, is it Captain America shirt or just Star themed? This is a Captain America shirt. It's like a dark shield version of a Captain America. But yeah. No, it's not Wonder Woman though. No, it's Captain America. It actually has like a shield logo on the sleeve. I don't know if you guys can see that from here, but 20 of your favorite episodes of video game one. Oh, you don't have your ears pierced. Interesting. Earrings on guys can be attractive. Yeah, Destiny's had her nose pierced since she was 15. Don't even know what you would look like without it. I remember the days without it. You really like the Green Day one you had on when I met you. Oh, that shirt. Yes, I love that shirt. It's funny. That Green Day cut off sleeve shirt I have that's like all mixed dyed, bleached or whatever. That shirt I did not buy that shirt. Well, I mean I did. I paid the money for it, but like um but actually I didn't find the shirt. That's what I mean. I never saw that shirt anywhere, whatever and stuff. Ray was actually at a I don't remember where he was. He was somewhere with clothing and he saw that shirt and he knew I like Green Day a lot and that was right up my style and he took a picture of it and he sent it to me and he's like, "Bro, look at this shirt." And I was like, I have never seen a Green Day shirt like that. Like it looks like really cool. Like I have more like basic ones, but um I was like, dude, buy that for me and I'll send you the money and just hold it for me until next time I see you. So that's what he did. So he got it for me and it happened to be in my size, thankfully too. So he got it for me and I think it was the only one there. He got it for me and I paid him and then the the time I went to Chicago, I got it from him and then I took it back home. So Ray came in clutch for that. So shout out to Ray for finding that sick ass find. Yeah, Destiny's been through some piercing phases. Snake bite rings on the side of a guy's bottom lip is cool. I have my septum in plugs. Do you want angel bites? You're not allowed to have a septum. You said girl would be for nose or more than one piercing on their earlobes. Earrings, also guys. I've had plugs too. You've done it all. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about that one. Disney won't let you do crazy piercings, but you could get your ears done eventually. Gotcha. You wear clip-ons. Hey, do you? Wasn't a lot of flipped out on until one drunken night you forgot to, and now your parents don't care. Yeah, Haley, you got this. If you really want it, then go for it. But only if you want it. If you don't, there's nothing wrong with not having piercings either. You're wearing clip-ons when I met you. Where is? Oh, there it is. How long have we been on here? About an hour and a half. That's about how long I said I was going to be on here for. All right. Any final questions before I get off? Do one or two more. Trust me, I wish I could stay on here though, but I'll answer one or two more and then I'm gonna get off and got work. Got to be at work at 6 a.m. So. Do you sing in the shower normally? If so, what is your go-to shower jam? I don't sing in the shower as much as people would think, like, because I know a lot of people say they sing in the shower, but Destiny, you wouldn't know if I sing in the shower. What the fuck? You know me, but you don't know me that. You know me a lot, but you don't know me that. And any times you've ever slept over at my house, when have you ever heard me sing in the shower? But only sometimes, not much. Sometimes you know what I actually do sometimes is only once in a while, but once in a while, like, I'll sing if I have like a couple, like 2 lines of lyrics. Bro, I've heard you. Oh, okay, maybe humming. I don't know. Maybe sometimes I do it subconsciously and I don't even realize I'm doing it. But I don't remember ever really doing that especially when I have people over. But anyways, yeah, there's like a couple lines. Like if I have a couple lines of like original lyrics I just came up with in my head, I'll keep humming or singing them over and over again. And sometimes it just happens to be when I'm about to go in the shower. So I'll just continue it. And I got to continue repeating them because I don't want to forget it, because I want to write on my notes as soon as I get out the shower. And then I'll just add on to it a couple lines. And sometimes I'll just freestyle it and stuff. And then eventually sometimes I'll come out of the shower with like a whole chorus or like a whole verse or something that I immediately write down on my notes on my phone as soon as I get out. So, shower originals. I hum a lot. I mean, I probably do. Without even realizing it, just because music's in my head so much. So I'm not the only one though, because I have some vocalist friends that sometimes they start humming when I'm with them, and I don't even think they realize they're like, I don't even like, sometimes like if it's quiet for like not even anything and stuff, then they just start humming, like not even a song's playing in the car or something like that, you know. They'll just kind of be humming or something like that, and I don't even think they realize it. So I feel like that's just a normal thing that some vocalists do. Well, it's not the shower that's inspiring me for the song. It just happens to be sometimes that's when I get it. No, sometimes I get inspiration. Sometimes it'll just randomly pop in my head. And if it does, and I just have a strong feeling about it, or like get on a roll of lyrics, I just got to go with it. And I just got to stop everything else that's going on. I just got to zone in on that so that I don't lose it, and then just go as far as I can with it. Because sometimes driving and singing, not much, not really. I mean, only like sometimes for fun with my friends, like jamming in the car. or sometimes if I'm like on my way to go sing somewhere, like I'll just sing a couple lines of something to just be warmed up even more, but not like consistently, no. Um, but but sometimes I'll come up with songs while I'm driving though too. Sometimes I'll come up with like my own lyrics, like and humming the melody of it and stuff. And sometimes I'll probably sing a little bit of that, but not like consistently singing every time I drive though. No, but once in a while. Tell us how you got your license and what age, and are you a good driver and fast or slow? Okay, a lot of car questions right there. Okay. Um what is what how old was I when I got my license? Um Destiny, do you remember how old I was when I got my license? I don't even remember. I think I was 17, 16, 17, 17. No, 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 no. It had to be 18. I think I was 18 when I got my license because I didn't go for it when I was in high school. I got it like a little after a while I graduated. I want to say 18. I think, but I can't tell you 100%. But I want to say 18. Um, I think I'm a pretty good driver. Yeah. But I mean, a lot of people will say that. So I'm not gonna say I'm like a perfect driver, but I think I'm a solid driver. I'm on the faster side though. I like if it's between fast or slow, I'm a faster driver. Um, and I'm not sure what you want me to tell you on how I got my license. I got it like everyone else. I took a driver's test. But if you want, I passed the first time on both the questionnaire part of it and the actual physical driving test. I passed it. I passed both on my first try. If that's what you wanted to know. Yeah, Destiny usually says I'm a really good driver. Some of my friends will beg to differ though. Don't ask Felipe that question because he's just gonna lie. He's gonna say, "Oh my god, he makes my head slam on the dashboard," because he always tries to make it look like it. Kaylin will probably roast me too sometimes or whatever, because I think something wild happened like one time when Kaylin was in the car with me and stuff, and she'll never let me live it down and thinks that I'm like a shitty driver, but she kind of is joking too at the same time. But Destiny's been in the car with me plenty more times. I'd be driving a GTA. You were a later driver, 18 or 19. There's people that I know that are my age and still that like just got their license and still don't even have their own car. Cough, cough, Clifford. Cough, cough, Felipe. Them two don't have their own cars yet. Clifford, I think Clifford got his license within the last year. Last year, I think Clifford got his license or earlier this year. Felipe, I know, has had his license, but he still doesn't have his own car either. And Felipe's older than me. Ray doesn't have a license, but that's different because Ray lives in a city, so public transportation is the norm over there. So he doesn't really have a need to have a car or license. When you live in Florida, you do need a car and license to really get around good. I mean, people use the bus, but public transportation ain't that great here. So, yeah, I think I was 18. Yeah, I think I was 18 because I graduated as a 17-year-old. No, I just turned 18 as I graduated. Yeah, I was turning 18 as I was graduating, I think. I just road rage that Destiny. That's an understatement. Okay, Destiny road rage is like fucking hell. Oh my lord. My girl needs to hit a blunt before she hits the road or something. No, I don't condone that before driving. I don't condone that before driving. Some CBD oil. There you go. Going to ask Felipe if you're a good driver. Oh, he's gonna tell you how terrible I am. Watch. Even though he doesn't mean it, but he's gonna put on a whole show for you guys. You guys know how he be. Have you ever had to drive on a really bad road? Yeah, and lots of Florida drivers are idiots. So yeah, I have to drive a lot around a lot of idiot drivers. The roads by my job kind of suck. They're very small and narrow, and people drive like idiots around there too. So, yeah, I drive on shitty roads often. And not that I'm there a lot, but when I'm driving, if I'm driving down Miami, oh my lord, that's driving in Miami ain't for the amateur drivers. Just calling out Ray and Felipe, you know it. 47T, hop on this. You turn the eight. Oh yeah, I turned 18 the day of graduation. Oh, oh yeah, you're right. You know more than me. It's because I blocked out a lot of stuff from high school because I'm just like was ready to leave. So yeah, that's true. I didn't go to graduation. I didn't go to the ceremony, so that's why I wouldn't have remembered. Don't get me started on I-4. Oh, you're sure it's just. Oh, I answered you earlier, Nishana. I guess you didn't hear me. It's Captain America. Just a like a dark version, like me. Got the shield symbols over here. All right. Well, I guess that was a couple more questions. So I guess this is the time where we have to part ways. This is the sad part. I'm gonna try to do this again soon. I'm gonna try to do another one of these, even if it's just a chill stream. If you guys like me talking with you guys, and then you guys are also helping me build my watch hours, of course, as always on here. Then I'll try to do one of these after work this week, hopefully. I just get so between being busy and then sometimes just being so drained, I just don't have the energy to come on and have full conversations where I'm gonna make sense on here. So, but I'm gonna try to because I really like doing this, and like every time I do it, I'm just like I'm happy that I did. Like I feel relieved that I did it, and it's therapeutic, and it helps me get an escape from sometimes my own head, which can be a very dark and uh crazy place. So I appreciate you guys hanging out in here and helping me build towards watch hours, and honestly helping my own mental health by just talking to you guys. So anyways, your best friend never joins. Hopefully she can join the next one. But Cassie, I appreciate you trying to get her. I appreciate that. But yeah, I have some natural energy drinks, not like Monster or Red Bull. I have like some a little bit better for you ones. I got some acai berry energy drinks. So, uh, that I've been on this new hype on. I don't drink them like all the time though, but yeah, I really like those, and they actually do help, even though they don't have taurine in it, like Monster and Red Bull does, which is some of the stuff that helps them keep you going. I might drink one of those this week on a night that I plan to live stream, so that I can have the energy to do so. So yeah, or extra coffee or something like that. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do this. I need to build the watch hours because I still have a long way to go with getting these watch hours, so I definitely need to do that. And like I said, I always feel happy to talk to you guys, and you guys are all my friends, my homies. So I appreciate all you guys, and I love talking to you guys. And I have to wake up in less than 6 hours, so yeah, I'm a dip. But yeah, thank you guys. Can't thank you guys enough. And we will do another virtual open mic night soon on Instagram. I'm gonna try to get more of my musician friends on there too to try to guest. I hope you guys enjoyed Halston from Ease being the first special guest of my friends to be on the virtual open mic. I'm gonna try to reach out to some other of my friends that are musicians to try to get them on here. It's a different thing. So some of them might be a little bit like, some of them don't live stream perform, so they might be a little bit like hesitant to do it at first and not really know what they're getting themselves into. But I'm I'm happy that Halston came on to be the first person because I know that he was down for it, and uh, hopefully I'll get some more. And also I am also looking into, I think I have found a way that we can possibly do dual streams on YouTube. I'm gonna have to test it out. Hopefully I can get one of my friends to test it out with me so I could dual stream with one of my friends on YouTube. I still have to figure it out, but I think I found a way to do it through like a third party connection that works with YouTube. That my mom found out through someone else that she was watching on YouTube. So, anyways, I'm gonna mess around with that, and hopefully I can get that figured out. And if so, maybe I could do some music collabs with people on here, or maybe I could do some virtual open mic nights on YouTube. Since then, I believe you should be able to see more of our screen than having to have it like split the way Instagram does it. I'm not sure. I don't know how it's gonna look. I don't know yet, but there's a potential that I could do some virtual open mic nights on Instagram and some on YouTube. And yeah, I don't know when the quarantine concerts will be back. I will do that again at some point. I'm not sure. Um, haven't had time for those yet, but I will still be active on YouTube and still be posting more stuff. And if you guys haven't checked out my latest acapella singing video on Instagram, make sure you check that out. And if you're new on here for some reason, or if you don't have me on Instagram, or if you're rewatching this and you don't have me on Instagram, at JCV47 Music is my Instagram. You can follow me on. I have weekly acapella singing videos coming out on there. I will repost some of them on here, but not all of them. So Instagram does get the exclusive on the acapella stuff, just like YouTube gets the exclusive on full cover videos and performances and stuff like that too. So make sure you have me both on here and Instagram with notifications on to make sure you never miss a thing. I just posted an acapella singing video of me singing freestyle acapella singing with dogs from my job. It was the first time I posted one with dogs. So hopefully you guys like that. I know a lot of people in the comments said they did. And if you haven't checked it out, make sure you go like it, comment on it. Feel free to share it around or tag someone in the comments that you think loves dogs or may enjoy the singing combination with the dogs, something like that. So appreciate all of that. And I will see you guys on here and the gram pretty soon. So lots more posts coming soon. Lots more videos on here coming soon. Lots more posts on Instagram coming soon. So stay tuned for all of that. And got lots of potential projects in the works. So hopefully something is bound to work out eventually. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. All right, guys. Have a great night. Remember that you guys are never alone in anything that you guys are dealing with. We all have our fucked up times in life and all deal with our own struggles and demons and things like that. You are never alone. Never, never, never alone. Please find healthy outlets over unhealthy outlets of ways to deal with things such as music, your passions, or animals or anything like that, or confide in trusted people as well. And know you can do anything you fucking put your mind to with the right passion, with the right mindset, with the right dedication. You guys can do whatever the fuck you want in this life, no matter what the hell anyone says. So don't let anyone tell you anything different. That's what I live by. And that's, things that I'm always trying to go through and things like that. There's some things that I say on here that are great things that I'm still learning to follow myself. So you guys are never alone with struggling with anything in life. Depression, anxiety, unmotivation, just finding your way. And you're not alone if you're lost in life too and stuff like that either, because there's lots of people that are lost at way older than you guys. So just find what you want to do in life and take some chances and fuck shit up in this world, man. So I'll see y'all later. And yeah, have a good night and week, and have a good everything until the next time I see you. And then we're gonna have an even better time there. So all right, laters, people. Thank you for helping me build some more watch hours. Love you all.